So look, let's go ahead and get into this segment that I like to call How Would You Fish It? And what this is, I'm going to bring up a video clip of whenever I was out on the water, and we're just going to take a look at water depth, the water temp. Are you seeing cover, structure? What are you seeing out there? And then just tell us how you would fish it. So what I'm going to do is just share my screen. Hold on just a second. All right, I have it muted right here. Okay, so here we go. All right, so you know how to read that screen right there, Chad, right? You know how to, you know what you're seeing on that screen?
Yes, sir.
All right, so I have it muted because I'm talking in here, but let's just take a look and just play a little bit of it and just tell me what you're seeing and what you would do if you're seeing any fish, any cover, or anything like that. So what are you seeing out there on that screen?
I'm seeing a fish like right above that cover.
All right.
Yeah, I see one as well. Might be one behind it as well.
Yeah.
Is that a brush pile?
Yep, there you go. So let me, I'll pause it right when it gets back on it. There we go. So yeah, so that is a brush pile out there sitting at about 50 to 60 feet. And then you were right, on the opposite, on the other side of that was a, let me just see if I can just move it back just a little bit. Okay, yeah, so right there at about that 55, is that, no, that's 65 feet. At about 65 feet, you can see that those fish sitting right behind that brush pile. So based on what you're seeing, you see I'm sitting in about 19 feet. Those fish are about 55, 50, well, no, actually that's about 60 feet out. So how would you approach this? If this is what you're seeing on tournament day and this is what you have to work with, what would you,
I'd probably grab like a shaky head or something. And just because I don't want to get hung up with the swim bait, I'd probably get through there.
All right.
And then maybe throw a swim bait above it. Just reel it slow.
All right, there you go. So you would you throw that epic flash? Is that what you would have on that shaky head?
Maybe. I might have. What's the name? Robo worm.
Oh, robo worm?
Yeah.
Robo worms?
Yeah.
He likes the robo worms as well on shaky head.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Sounds good. All right. So anything else that's what'll get that fish to the boat for you?
Yeah, probably.
All right. There we go.
Possibly jig.
He likes the jig fish, so jig might work.
Uh-oh. Wait a minute. We have somebody down here that has something to say about that robo. Can you see that?
It's gotta be LJ.
Uh-oh. He says, what? Robo? Like, what is going on here?
You know, we've actually, in all honesty, we've really never used a Lanier baits worm on a shaky head. We've always
used it for drop shot.
It's money for drop shot, and it could be extremely good and effective on a shaky head as well. We've always used, we like a little bit bigger profile for shaky head, whether it's a Senko or a larger robo worm. That's typically what we use. So we save all the LJ worms, the Lanier baits for drop shot.
Okay, I think he might understand that because this is what he said. He said casting is overrated.
Yes, that's why I told you he can catch him with the best of them right now, but once they move shallow, he's casting up shallow like we are.
Gotcha.
He said it. Look, that's hilarious.
All right, and
so there were a couple of those. So the fish behind that brush pile looks like it's suspended a couple of feet off the ground, maybe 5 feet. And then that other one is in the brush pile, sitting up on top of it. So that could be good for a small swim bait, swimming it right above that brush pile. Obviously, the fish typically will feed up, right? So if you run that swim bait 2 or 3 feet above that brush pile on your live scope or your Mega Live imaging, I think that could be super effective as well.
Right. And so if you take a look at the screen, what I'm actually throwing right here is an A-rig. I just wanted to see what type of reactions the fish would give. So you can see those fish, they follow that A-rig out of the out of that cover, and you can see me reeling it up to the boat now, but you can see them coming out of that brush pile now. So that's the other thing about throwing those moving baits. So when you throw that swim bait, so you see all of those fish coming out of there now that you weren't able to see before. So yeah, so that shaky head may have been the ticket, but there we go. See, I just made another cast that hit out almost about 80 feet out, and I'm just letting that fall straight down so you can see it falling down, and there's actually a fish right below where that A rig is falling to.
I like it. You fish an A rig quite a bit?
No, I was throwing this just to have some fun. Sometimes when I go out there, I get caught up in just having fun playing with my electronics. So
listen. It's funny that you say that because, as you know, we got a new boat right over Christmas break. So the previous boat we had was that small 17-foot tracker. All we had was a small graph up front. We had a 5-inch. We had a 5-inch graph up front. LJ actually replaced that with an 8-inch helix, probably late summer last year. So we had a nice 8-inch helix up there to fish for a couple of months, and then we got the new boat. So the point I'm trying to make is now we have all this new electronics. We've got the live scope up there. We've got a 10-inch helix. We've got 2 9-inch helixes at the console.
Okay.
And I've found myself, since we've gotten it at Christmas, just not even fishing. Literally just going out, watching fish on the live scope, watching how they react, watching what they do, just trying to learn how these fish actually are set up and positioned. So I know in the future, okay, they're positioned in a feeding pattern, right? They're ready to eat. They're ready to ambush bait versus they're sitting on the bottom with their bellies in the mud. They don't want to do anything, right? So I've been doing the same thing that you just said. I just mess around with the electronics when I go out there.
Right. And so LJ, he actually added, he says the 5-inch Fruity and Amy Gill or Green Pumpkin Jade are great on the shaky head. He said, Chad, don't listen to these two clowns.
I was looking for that to see if we had.
We got a bunch of LJ Lanier baits back there. We probably got that one as well. But the electronics, I'm infatuated by the electronics and how far the technology's come, and just how well you can see these fish and how they react to baits now. It's going to teach us so much more this year now that we have this stuff.
Right.
Learned probably in the previous 3 years fishing.
Yeah.
So do you run Humminbird units? Do you have the 360 and live imaging? Do you have all of that, or?
So we've got 3 Humminbird units, and then
we have 2 at the driver's seat, and then we have 2 up front. We have a 10-inch helix, and then we have Garmin live scope 12-inch.
Oh, okay. So you do have live imaging. Okay, good deal.
We do everything Humminbird except for we've got a 12-inch Garmin live
Gotcha.
scope.
Okay, so let's take a look and see what some of the subscribers had to say about how they would fish it. Let's see. So we have Michael with High Tech Redneck Fishing. So he has the name for you, but he also has an AKA. We call him 1010 in the chat because he caught a 13-pounder on one weekend. Then he came back to it maybe the next day or 2 days later and had 2 10s in one day. So I was like, hey, man, so that's 10-10 right there. So he says, I'm the North Carolina Drop Shot Ninja. Okay, so we have the Drop Shot Master, we have the Drop Shot Jedi, and now we have the Drop Shot Ninja.
That's awesome. We got to together and have a competition, right?
Yeah, so he says, I've caught 12 largemouth over 10 pounds on Lake X.
Dang.
So yeah, he's catching those things on 6-pound. Okay, he put it in here. He says using the drop shot with 6-pound P line. So yeah, he might be a drop shot ninja. He's pulling in some 10-pounders with 6-pound line.
Gosh.
All right, then we have Jay Smalls. Let's see. He says going to check these guys out for sure. I love the energy. Yeah, so make sure you guys go and check out Epic Boys Fishing. All right, then this is when LJ stepped in. He says, hey, MoneyBass, the Epic Boy Express is a bad sled. All right, good deal. Then we have Michael. He says, I would start with a MegaBass Vision +2. So, hey, maybe that jerkbait might be the ticket. But, man, the way that they're pulling up and looking at stuff, it's tricky. He says, then follow up with a drop shot. So, yeah, I'm waiting to see what else LJ had to say in here for this one. But then, yeah, this is when he was getting on you saying, what, a robo? So he's like, don't be out here talking about these robo worms. All right, then we had Jay Smalls. He came in and says he's a jig man. Because Chad was talking about that jig. So he said this kid's going for the bigs. All right, so yeah, you got the jerk bait on deck. Good deal. But yeah,
talking about run this over it and see if they get a reaction bite. If not, throw the drop shot.
There you go. All right, so just reiterating what LJ said. He said the 5-inch Fruity in Amy Gill or Green Pumpkin Jade are great on the shaky. Chad, don't listen to these two clowns. All right, then we have Joseph checking in. Joseph said he is a member of the Money Team. Really appreciate you stepping in, Joseph. And if anybody is interested in becoming a member of the Money Team, the link is pinned to the top of the chat. Basically, the Money Team are just people who come in and just show support for the channel. They are members of the channel. It just comes with a few perks. As you see, they'll have a badge next to their name. And the longer that they are a member of the Money Team, that badge kind of changes with time. And anytime that we have sponsors that come in and they offer products and things like that, the Money Team members, sometimes we will send out free products to them so they can go and test those baits out on the lake, come back and give us results here. So the Money Team really appreciate it. So Joseph says, Duralast, rattle trap all day. So that is kind of an inside joke with the channel, because I have a nemesis that'll come up here every once in a while. He could be watching in the background, but he's not in the comments. But he's always challenging me, saying he's going to beat the brakes off of me when he catches me out on the lake. And so that is Chicken Hawk. So that's what that Duralast comes from. He comes up here holding up Duralast, saying that's his sponsor because he's going to beat the brakes off of me. But that's where they get that.
Chicken Hawk. I've seen, since I've watched all your videos and watched your channel for the last couple of years, I've seen that guy on there.
Oh, yeah. So he pops up every once in a while. Never really know when he's going to come up because he's always talking about football. And I'm like, man, nobody watches that anymore. We nobody watches that.
Who cares about football? Hey, who's in the Super Bowl, right?
What is that?
That's
What's the Super Bowl? What is that?
Heck yeah.
All right, so LJ says, here's some juice. Guys. He's about to give us some juice. Let's see.
That backwards.
All right. He says the spy bait is a silent killer in winter. Gotta whisper this one. What is that? 6-inch line and a 62 alpha. Oh, okay. All right. Well, 6-pound line and a 62 alpha. All right. So you guys heard that? All right. So he says that is the silent killer. LJ coming in with the info. All right. Good deal. There you go. I have mine on deck too. That is the deal. All right. Really appreciate that, LJ. But yeah, with the way these things are falling, it's like once you pull them off of that brush pile, to me, what I found is if you're sitting on top of another brush pile or something that they can kind of chase that drop shot or Demiki or something down into, you have a better chance, in my opinion. But I mean, everybody here, has different results, but LJ is the man when it comes to Lake Lanier. So good deal. Then we had Gopher Hayes says, I like Hayes Dong on the drop shot. Now, I don't know what that is. That's kind of a funny name right there. He says on the drop shot, swim it above. If that doesn't work, drop it in their face. So yeah, so there you go. So that drop shot is still a go-to thing.
I think that's a Mega Bass small swim bait.
Gotcha. All right, good deal. All right, then LJ says the new boat with the electronic setup will change their world this coming year. Okay, there you go. And let's see. Michael says you guys have to try the Missile Robo Drop Shot Worm. 1010 came on Watermelon Violet. There you go. Watermelon Violet. All right, then LJ says, yes, 6-pound line. That's it. There you go. All right, guys. So yeah, so we've had a little bit of fun with it. I want you guys to come back and give us some updates throughout the season. I mean, Chad may be able to come in and host an episode or something like that, do some interviews, some things, and help build up your channel. And hey, maybe we can have a little high school segment every once in a while just to see how things are going out there on the scene.
Absolutely. And we know a couple of the high school guys already that we've met, so we could bring a couple of those guys on as well. They're on Instagram. Some really good anglers.
Okay.
Absolutely. We'd love to keep you guys updated on this journey. Obviously, we're brand new to the tournament fishing scene. He just fished his first one last Sunday, so we've got one coming up in March.
Okay.
Lake Lanier again. So those fish will be moving up a little bit shallower and back in pockets, maybe on some humps. So I think we'll probably have a much better performance in this one than this winter ditch bite. So
okay. Hey, yeah, I mean, it's tough. I mean, I have a tournament out there this Saturday. It's a club tournament with the Rob Bender's Bass Club. So yeah, you guys met us over at the expo. So there was a few guys. I think there was maybe like 5, 6, 7 of us there. So yeah. I mean, yeah, so there's probably about close to 30 guys in the club. So all of us weren't there, but we'll be out there at Bayless Boat Ramp, seeing what we can do on Lake Lanier, see what happens out there. So
well, good luck, Brian. We appreciate you having us on your channel, and
thank you.
obviously, awesome job. I love all the content. We love your live streams. We've been watching them. So keep up the good work, man. And hopefully we'll be on here soon.
Gotcha. Oh yeah, and we'll have to get out there on the lake one day too. So we'll get together and do some things. And we got to get out on the lake with LJ. I mean, me and LJ been trying to get out on the water for a while too. Looks like he's trying to meet up with you guys on the lake too.
He's trying to meet up with me.
Okay, all right. So yeah, we got to make it happen. Got to make it happen.
We're gonna have the drop shot master versus the drop shot Jedi on the front of the boat and see who can catch him. Right? Who's your money on, MoneyBass?
Oh, this is gonna be a tough one. I mean, I've seen Chad out there, but see, I think LJ might throw him off a little bit with all this trash talking and get him, kind of discombobulate him.
Hey, listen, if anybody knows about trash talking, it's this guy. He plays b-ball, so he knows it.
Oh, okay, all right.
Look at that! Look at that comments right there. Doesn't affect this guy. Look at him. Throw that back. Did that affect him?
All right. Sounds good, guys. Sounds real good.
Appreciate it. Thanks for having us on.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for stopping in, guys. Really appreciate it.
Bye, MoneyBass.
All right. See you later. All right. There we go, guys. We had the epic boy stepping into the live stream. What did you guys think about that? So that is kind of what we were talking about, the future of fishing.